Did you have an issue at all with Rutgers scoring that touchdown at the end?
Yeah, a little bit, and the frustration obviously mounted and those type of things. But I think things can be done a little bit better, and he might have had his feelings about it and why he did what he did, and I had mine. So I think we're both two competitive people, and in that situation, I know I would have chose to handle it a little bit differently. I can't speak for him. I have a lot of respect for Coach Schiano, and what he's done and what he's been able to do. But we're both competitive, and in that situation, just a little bit of frustration came out there a little bit because I thought it could have been handled differently, but he might have saw otherwise.
Sorry, can you share what you told him in the handshake after the game? It was right after that.
There was some things we shared. I think somebody out there may have it somewhere, but at the end of the day, I think I voiced a little bit how I felt about it, and that was just purely out of frustration, and I thought it could have been handled differently.
Did look like at the end there, towards after the handshakes, there was some frustration from both sides, players kind of jawing at each other. Were you worried about anything kind of breaking out from there, or was that just typical?
No, I don't really even think it's typical. I think there's frustration. Our guys, we pride ourselves on being who we are. Our character matters to us, and how we handle ourselves. And yeah, sometimes it may get a little chippy. I think that's natural. Some of that may be natural from a competitive standpoint. But in the end, we know how to control our emotion. We talk about that all the time. That's important to us and who we represent. We represent one great brand, and we want to make sure every time we get an opportunity to, we're going to try to do the best we can to stay in character and represent that, very well.
Greg, since I had a chance to run to both locker rooms, why was Larry so angry about the end of the game? Did you run it up?
Well, you have to ask Larry that. I have a lot of respect for Coach Scott. I think he does a great job with his program. Obviously, they're back-to-back champions. He's a competitor, I'm a competitor, and everybody sees things a little differently, right? You see it through your lens. So you watch the game. You saw it, so you can draw your conclusions. I'm very comfortable with the way that we handle our team, that I handle our team, and if I wasn't, I'd tell you that too.
Same line, Greg. Can you just take us through the thought process of going for the score there on that final play rather than kneeling it out?
No. Guys practiced all training camp. They deserve to play. It's not, there was no running it up, right? If it was running it up, you don't use timeouts when you have the ball. You let the game end. That wasn't retaliatory. We were going to run plays. We bring in a team to play us. We bring them here, and we bring them in, right? And we got to win, and we got to get reps. And they were there. We took them.
Looked like some chippiness at the end there between the players after that. Were you worried about anything breaking out from that, or just kind of?
No, I don't. There was chippiness all game. That wasn't the first time. Yeah, there needed to be some control grabbed to that game a few times.